do it right now. And here we go, folks. Here's the Road to Redemption Finals. I probably actually should update this. Alright, here we go, folks. This next matchup is Fancy Cloud Dancers versus Team Predators on Duel at Dawn. And our timer has started. I've updated the lobby here. Here we go, folks. Ship number 1 is the Fancy Guardian, piloted by Dementia. What we have here is a Mine Mobula with a Gat Artemis on bottom, and an Artemis and a Flare on the wings. Ship number 2 is a Gizmo Duck, piloted by Spudnik. We have an Artemis up front on the Junker. Right side is a Gatling Mortar. Left side is a Mine Launcher and an Artemis. Ship number 3 is the Greasy Dream, piloted by Mighty Keb. We have a Squid with a Gatling front, a Banshee side, and a Gatling back. And ship number 4 is the Nightmare Fuel, piloted by Gorosaurus. It is a Mine Mobula with a Gatling Artemis bottom, and that is an Artemis and a Flare Gun on the wings. So just to double check here, if we're looking for the total number of mine launchers, if you guessed 3 like me, you are correct. You win an 07. So I guess I just gave myself an 07. But I've never given myself an 07 before. This is awkward. Meanwhile, the Nightmare Fuel is engaging the Fancy Guardian as the Nightmare Fuel has been hull broken. Not enough Nightmare Fuel. Pour more gasoline on the fire as the Greasy Dream has the back of the Fancy Guardian, but the Gizmo Duck keeping watch over the back of the Fancy Guardian. A good job by the Gizmo Duck, keeping Greasy Dream pinned. I don't know.
Nightmare Fuel took some perma hull, lost most of its guns.
I don't know if I like this dive by the Gizmo Duck. They could be leaving the flank of the Fancy Guardian open here. They do pick up the hull break on the Greasy Dream, though, but that's going to leave them open to approach here. The Nightmare Fuel is about to get hull broken. They are hull broken. There they go, 1-0 in favor of Red. Red, of course, is the Fancy Cloud Dancers. That means they have first blood advantage. We will have no coin flips in this matchup, folks. Your hopes and dreams have been dashed, I know.
Dream of a coin flip.
No, I will flip you instead.
No,
Greasy Dream trying to get away.
I have to say, as SCS organizer, I hate the coin flip concepts, and I have been desperately trying to find an alternative, but...
Thank you, I have an ally!
There's simply no better solution than this, and honestly, if pilots do take like 23 minutes to finish each other off, well, then you have to serve the coin flip.
As the Greasy Dream has been hull broken, they did get picked up there. They do actually clip the environment there. They will lose about 40% of their perma. Not a good turn of events for the Greasy Dream. They do escape. They do take some significant perma as the Nightmare Fuel has spawned in. Nightmare Fuel. Ooh, an interesting position by the Nightmare Fuel, deciding to spawn out in the open. I do not know if this is going to work out in their favor. However, Greasy Dream is making best speed for the Fancy Guardian. If this is what they were looking for, a 1v1 on the Mobula, they certainly got it. But they have the front of the Mobula. That may not be good. They do have altitude. Greasy Dream needs to keep altitude, and they just lost that advantage.
Oh, here come the mines.
Oh, but they've pushed the Fancy Guardian back. They have done something here. They've pushed the Gizmo Duck into an extreme 1v1. If I'm Greasy Dream, I might consider going back for the Gizmo Duck. Oh, they get picked up!
That goes down.
Oh my goodness, I thought they were going to actually do a U-turn there, actually get out of there. All of a sudden, corner of my eye, explosions everywhere, 2-0. That happened out of nowhere, folks. Red with a commanding 2-0 lead. This will not be for the faint of heart now. A flare going into the balloon. It does catch the balloon. They did not kim the balloon. That's going to be a burnt-out balloon. A wonderful flare right there on the Nightmare Fuel. A poor job right there by the balloon side engineer. That's where flares can really come into play, folks. I know, believe me, I love a good flare gun. A good flare can turn a match, especially on a Mobula, if you forget to kim that balloon. And this could be a GG for the Nightmare Fuel. In fact, that armor's going down. Those engineers are trying to keep up. They're just not doing so. A good mine going out right there to box them in. They have nowhere to go. That should be a kill right there on the Nightmare Fuel. Any second that should happen. There goes the armor. There goes the perma. 3-0 Red. That flare really setting it up.
Meanwhile, the Greasy Dream has been moving around him, unspotted so far, although they might know where he is. He's moving into the red spawn, so a pincer might be happening, although I get the feeling that the red team actually know where he is since they are
I don't think so. I don't think they know just yet. I think they think that they're still sitting in spawn. Greasy Dream is moving around
Yeah, they
here.
know it now. The fire to flare at him.
They
They
do.
wasted.
Let's
They
see.
wasted their secret. Okay, meanwhile, the
No,
nightmare fuel has spawned in.
no. I don't think that they're wasting it. I think that was intentional. I think they want to be spotted because they might be trying to get the Nightmare Fuel into position. That's not a bad idea. I think they wanted to be spotted. Yes, they are spotted right now. That's not, if that's what they're looking for, if they're trying to get the Nightmare Fuel into range, that's not the worst thing to see have happen. Now,
The
Nightmare Fuel
is moving completely around. If they had an opportunity here, they could have moved in behind, but
yeah,
pretty
I
sure
don't
what
know
they're
if I like.
planning
Oh,
here.
they've been caught. Yeah, they've been caught. The whole idea, throw it out the window. That's not happening now. So that flank has been. Oh, wait just a minute here. What's going on with the Nightmare Fuel? Having some issues there getting out of there. They burn out. No, Greasy Dream burning out one of their engines. Or did it get picked up? No, it got picked up by an Artemis. Squid
the
trying to
Artemis
engage.
can be deadly towards engines in this case, especially with a squid. If you lose one engine, you'll start losing control of your ship.
Hull break on the Greasy Dream. Got it back
Even
up
on a
quickly
burn.
though.
Yeah, the thing is, these mines are flapping about everywhere, so it's going to be hard for the squid to find a nice, sneaky approach way.
Meanwhile, the Nightmare Fuel is now the focus. Yes, looks like they're going to put some Lesmont Gatling, I believe. Let's double check that. Yeah, I believe that is Lesmont Gatling going out.
The Greasy Dream is moving in behind the Fancy Guardian.
Love it, love it.
Gizmo Duck has its back.
Oh, no, Gizmo Duck actually turns on him just at the right time. Greasy Dream forced back as they're approaching the Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fuel is in the most danger right now. Squid's going to have to make a stand at some point. Nightmare Fuel has nowhere to go. They have absolutely nowhere to go. They are pinned. Greasy Dream's going to have to make a play here to save their Mobula. Otherwise, you can just call it a day. You can just go ahead and call it 5-0 if they don't make a play. They've decided to make their stand right now. They're moving in on the Fancy Guardian. Here we go.
They moved in not well enough. They moved themselves in front of the Fancy Guardian, putting them right into their arcs.
I think that was intentional because of the Gizmo Duck watching the flank. They're trying to get the Gizmo Duck out of position. They have done just so. Now they're getting the flank of the Guardian. I like the move. Fancy Guardian in a lot of trouble right now. Squid getting exactly what they wanted here. Got the hull break, got the flank with no Gizmo Duck involvement. In fact, the Gizmo Duck has been peeled off by their own ally, and there they go. Greasy Dream making a play right there. Nightmare Fuel picks up the kill, but that was all set up by the Squid. 3-1, Blues on the board. Gizmo Duck now caught.
For a hull break though. Although it's not gonna matter since they are out of arc for the Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, but you want to pick up as much perma-hull as possible before you go down if you do end up going down, and they are in trouble right now. They are pincered completely. This is a bad spot for the Gizmo Duck. They're going to try to go underneath the Nightmare Fuel. And, they are going to get under. They're going to get under. Nightmare Fuel got caught on the environment. They got just under. A big mistake by the Nightmare Fuel. A critical mistake that may cost him a kill. Fancy Guardian back in play. Nightmare Fuel's caught now. 3-1, that should be 4-1 any second. They do pick it up 4-1. That could have been GG right there. Not the pincer, but the fact that they could not cut off the Gizmo Duck. Wow. A rare mistake by Gurus right there. Getting caught by environment.
Meanwhile, the Greasy Dream does manage to sneak away into cover. Should buy them a little bit of time, although this doesn't look too good for them. Blue is red is still with 2 factory new ships, while the Greasy Dream has suffered 40% perma-hull in this case.
Yeah, I'd say about 45%. They're at 55% roughly, not looking good. But if anyone is low perma, I mean, if you're going to make the comeback, if anyone has to be low perma, it's better that it's on the Squid than on the Mobula. Because the Squid at least can maneuver and juke and jive and whatnot.
Squid changes, the perma hull is lower, so.
But you can also put 2 NGs on the hull as opposed to 1 on the Mobula. Compared to a Mobula, it's still better on the Squid.
Yeah, I get your points.
In maneuverability. That's more of my point right there. As looks like they've got the Greasy Dream has the front of the Fancy Guardian Gizmo Duck looking to push the Nightmare Fuel. We'll keep an eye on the Greasy Dream and the Fancy Guardian mostly here. As the Greasy Dream has been completely cut off here, Mine's doing their job here. Greasy Dream only really has one place to go, and that's either low or around. Actually, that's two places. As Greasy Dream thinking about how are we going to approach the Fancy Guardian.
Hull break on the Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah, but no follow-up right. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, that's bad. Let's actually keep an eye on the Gizmo Duck.
Mine!
Oh, a mine goes out, but yes, let's keep an eye on the Gizmo Duck and the Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fuel forced out of the engagement. Gizmo Duck pushing them completely out. Now Gizmo Duck turning back for their ally Greasy Dream is deciding to go around like this call, but they really don't have a way in. Fancy Guardian gets the hull break on the Greasy Dream. A great job defending. Fancy Guardian holding their position.
I told it the mines.
Yeah, Nightmare Fuel now is at a disadvantage because now mines are going to hurt Blue as opposed to help Red with a superior defensive position. Hull break on the Fancy Guardian.
Although he makes a good play here, dropping in above the ribs, blocking himself off for the Greasy Dream.
Yes, they do. Mine's going out. Oh, that's a good box in right there. Is it going to pay off? Oh, not quite. Not quite a box in. Though they do box him out of the engagement, so at least it's a defensive box going into play. Good job right there by the Fancy Guardian and the Gizmo Duck, putting mines out in tandem to prevent the push of the Greasy Dream. That could have been devastating. Good play right now by both sides. As we have a bird's eye view of the action right now. Greasy Dream looking for that one moment to get in.
The mine.
Yeah, they do get picked up by the mine, but no real unrecoverable damage there. They can just back up, take care of that. Nightmare Fuel, though, is the one that needs to worry. Especially since Greasy Dream is getting pushed back by the Junker. That's the matchup that Red wants. They want the Greasy Dream as far away as possible from the Mobula. They want Mobula on Mobula action if possible. Greasy Dream trying to blow by the Gizmo Duck. They might actually have an angle to get on the Fancy Guardian. They do have an angle to get in. They could get between the box here. They're pushing in on the Fancy Guardian right now. Blue making a play. Greasy Dream making a move on the Fancy Guardian. There is a hull break and a bit of a ram right there. Do they pick it up? No, they do not pick it up just yet. But they make a great play right there on the perma hull of the Fancy Guardian. They're down to about 10% perma. Blue making their stand right now. However, they're caught in a 2v1. Greasy Dream needs to get out of there and let the Nightmare Fuel finish this off. Hull break on the Greasy Dream. They do get a little bit of a hard cover on the Gizmo Duck. Nightmare Fuel moving in. However, it looks like the Gizmo Duck turns on the Nightmare Fuel. It's going to be 1v1s once again. Fancy Guardian running out of real estate here. They need to be very careful. Greasy Dream looking to go under the Gizmo Duck. They're trying to get the advantage on the Fancy Guardian. However, they got caught. They got caught. They're down to about 10% perma themselves. One more hull break could do it on the Greasy Dream. They have to get out of here or have to make the big play right now. Nightmare Fuel trying to move in. No, the Junker picks it up. 5-1 in favor of Red. Fancy Cloud Dancers moving on to the Grand Finals. Meanwhile, Team Predators has been eliminated from SCS number 129. However, they provided us with a lot of fireworks in the process. Job well done by Team Predators.
I have to make a quick point. I love the costumes there on the Mobula. Very nicely done. Just had to point that out.